Last time I did this, I lost like 30 minutes of footage. No, it's not recording. Hello. Welcome back to I Have Nothing to Say with Abram Hernandez. I don't think, is this recording? Okay. Last time I recorded, I lost like 20 minutes of footage, and I thought it was really good footage. And I went back and I tried to salvage it, but I couldn't. The audio was like in slow motion, and I even tried to like speed up the audio and then link it, but the audio itself sounded really, really bad. So here we are, giving it another try. Um, Hi, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I think I want to talk about what I was talking about in the other video that I is now lost in the deep Red Sea. But I have a sprained knee at the moment. It is Thursday. I got it last Friday night after the club. I was literally walking and out of nowhere my knee just kind of clashed and like the bones of my knees just I just felt them like clash against each other. It was like the weirdest grinding. I don't know what happened. And it hurt, but it didn't hurt that bad. And then I went to sleep and I could not sleep. And one thing about me, I'm asleep like a baby. Regardless of the situation, I'm gonna sleep really good. But that night I could not. My knee was it was so much pain. It was so bad. Um, and I couldn't go to sleep. I was at my friend's house, and then I was like, no, we have to leave. I have to go home. And I went home, and I could not walk to get into the shower. It was so bad. It doesn't hurt as much anymore, but I'm in my weight loss journey right now. I'm trying to lose a lot of fat, and I can't do cardio, which is like beating my ass right now. Like I wish I could just run and stuff, but I can't. Um, and yeah, I guess that's life, it just fucking kicks you in the fucking ass. And you just gotta work around it, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm still going to the gym, but I'm wearing my knee brace, which is helping, but my knee brace also makes my knee hurt even more sometimes. So I don't know what that's about. I can't really go upstairs. I mean, I can, but I have to use my left foot because I'm right foot dominant, obviously, but I have to. It's a whole thing. I guess that can bring me into a topic about life. You know what I mean? I think life is just so unexpected and so weird. And I think about this all the time too, because I have this conversation with my friends a lot. I look so fucking fat right now. Like it's actually not funny. Let me move up. Maybe I should just change my shirt. Maybe we should talk about body image. Hold on, because I think I'm gonna change my shirt. I can't do this. I feel so fat. Can you tell I'm going through it? Or no? I don't know what else to wear. I might just. Yeah, I'm gonna change. Y'all just caught me in 4K being insecure about my body. Congrats. Ugh. Do we want to go there today? I don't even remember what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Um, image. The way I completely forgot what I was talking about. But we can talk about body image. Yeah, I feel fat. I feel big. Yesterday I had a good day where I was like, wow, like my abs are coming in slowly, very, very slowly. And I think they are, but I'm so wide, which is like so annoying because when I was younger, I wanted to be skinny. Like I wanted to look like Saint Laurent models. And if you know anything about Saint Laurent models, they're really skinny. They wear skinny jeans and it's like it's a whole aesthetic, but I don't want to be skinny anymore, but I do want to have abs and be a little muscular. And I go to the gym 6 times a week. I used to go 5 or 4 times, but now I'm made at six, and I've in a way become obsessed with it. Um, and it's so hard for me to like find a balance, find a in between, and find a good ground to be on with the gym. I love the gym. I think it's healthy. It's a healthy coping mechanism for me. I like feeling strong and I like going and seeing the results and everything like that. But um, there is a very fine line. There is a very fine line of like going and then obsessing over it and then being, sort of caught up in that world because a lot of gym bros they do have EDs. Like it is what it is. Like the way they watch and literally weigh the food they eat, like that's an ED. Like I'm sorry, but it is. And So, sometimes like catch myself almost falling into that trap and like almost getting obsessed with the idea and like wanting to weigh my food and then feeling guilty for certain things that I eat or even feeling guilty for being hungry and like shit like that. And it is a very hard thing to deal with, but I think I've managed to sort of find a balance, although like I said, I'm still trying to look for it, but I have my days. I have my days. So like I said yesterday, I felt really good about my body, but today I felt fine. I felt really good about my chest day today, but it's not always like that, and it is really hard to feel like, you know, always on top of your shit. But I think in a way too, and I had this written down as a topic that I wanted to talk about, but I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it in today's video. But in a way, I think that with gym bros, there's a certain mental weakness that they have that they're trying to cope for and they're trying to mask in their body. And I think a little bit of that pertains to me. I think sometimes like there is like an emotional weakness that I feel like I have to like look strong because I was bullied a lot in middle school and basically my whole life for like being feminine and everything like that. And so in a way, I think I want my body to look very, very masculine. And I think at the beginning it was kind of a coping mechanism and a defense mechanism to like sort of protect myself and like to look bigger and stronger and like um have that be a sort of barrier or like a shield or a wall so people wouldn't mess with me, which I think it's worked to a certain extent, but I don't think it's a defense mechanism anymore. Like right now it's just for me and I want to look good and I want to look strong and everything like that and I like it. But it it's like I said, it's really hard to kind of find the balance. How did I do that? To kind of find the balance in that. But I don't know. I feel like for most guys and that I've seen, like their TikToks and shit, like they're ripped and everything like that. But their mental is kind of like very questionable, and you can see that in most of the videos they post, and like they're talking about like the woman that did them dirty and like everything like that. And it does become sort of like I said, a defense mechanism, and it's like a shield that you want to like feel strong and be strong, so you, in a way, internally feel you want to feel that strength that you feel on the outside, I think. Um, and like I said, for some of it, yeah, I think it is, but like I don't know, it's still so hard for me to like right, like I was talking to one of my friends about take a shot every time I say like I like do it. Look, there you go. You're drunk already. You're hammered by now. You'd be hammered by now. Anyways, I was talking to one of my friends about how for me it's a bit triggering to see a group of teenage boys because that's the white boys, that's the demographic that bullied me. And so when I see a group like it triggers me so bad and I start getting in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're making fun of me, they're bullying me, like everything like that. It really does get to my head. And even though I've accomplished like this sort of masculine look, I think on the outside, well, kind of, sort of. I think I've accomplished that like on the outside, but it's still very hard to like feel masculine. And one thing about me, I love the in between masculine and femininity. And I think I've sort of found a balance. I think for a long time I sort of neglected my femininity. Hello. I rejected that, but then for a while too I rejected my masculinity, and it's like you can have both, and I think I've managed to be okay with both. I'm not a masculine person, but I'm not a super feminine person either. I'm just sort of an in between, and I think that's fine. I've learned to embrace both of those. Um and yeah, it's yeah, the gym is a very 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 hard thing. It's one of my very hard relationships, I think. Um, but I like going. I really enjoy the gym. It's a good thing to like take my mind off of, and it's like it helps me get negative emotions out, and it's a good time, I think, for me. It's fun. Um, I think everyone should go to the gym. I think the gym is a very good thing. I think it's a very healthy coping mechanism, and it's a very healthy thing even just for your heart. Like I know ever since I started going to the gym, like I feel like I don't get sick as often because I used to get sick very, very easily. I have asthma, so my immune system is already at risk, I feel. So I started going to the gym. I can't do that much cardio because my asthma is really, really bad. I thought my asthma wasn't that bad, but I was talking to another friend that I have that has asthma, and I was telling her about certain things that I can't do, or like how easy I like get out of breath and everything like that. And she looked at me and she was like, "Babes, your asthma is really bad." She was like, "I have asthma, but like I can do most of the things that you can't." And I was like, "Oh, oh shit." I was like, all right." I definitely thought that everyone with asthma had like sort of the same problems that I did, and she managed to to change my mind on that. So my asthma is actually pretty bad. And I think for a time too, I tried to like deny it and just say that my asthma was not that bad and kind of in a way gaslight myself into not making it an excuse. But it's not an excuse. Like I cannot run for longer than like 2 minutes, because after 2 minutes I lose my breath. It's very hard. It's like my chest starts pounding, my ribs hurt. It's really bad. But I still run whenever I get the chance. It's winter right now, so I can't really go outside and just run because of how cold it is. But in the summer, I ran every day for as long as it was hot, and I loved it. I love running. But like I said, it's look, I'm out of breath right now. I'm literally out of breath right now. It's hard for me. It's a hard thing. My last asthma attack was about 2 years ago. I was in this very room, and my cousin was sleeping over, and I could not breathe. For the life of me, I could not breathe. I could not breathe. I could not breathe. And it was so bad. And I got him, like, he was sleeping on the floor, I think. And then I wanted to get him up and be like, can't breathe. I can't breathe. And I couldn't. I was like, no, he needs to sleep. So I went in and got my mom. And it took me forever to even get the words out of my mouth because I could not breathe. Um, so yeah, I have asthma. I have asthma, and it's pretty bad. But, I live with it. It's whatever, I guess. I wish I didn't have it because I I wish I could just do things that other people can, but whatever. It's okay. It's not that serious. What else should I talk about? I think about death a lot. I think about death a lot, and I think about it more than the average person, I feel like. Because I remember one time I asked my little brother, I was like, how often do you think about death? And he was like, every now and then. Like, I don't know. I don't think about it that much. And I was like, oh, how's that feel? I was like, I think, and then he was like, how long, like, how often do you think about it? And I was like, every day. I think about death literally every day. And it's one of the things that inspires my poetry a lot. I write a lot about it in in my poetry. I wrote when my dog passed away, that was the first loss I really ever had of someone close to me. And I know he's a dog. I know it's not the same as losing a person, but my grandma has passed away, but I never really met her. I met her when I was like 2 when I went to Mexico, but I don't remember any of it. We used to FaceTime her and stuff every now and then when I was small, but like I said, I don't remember much. Um, and then my grandpa died shortly after. Didn't really talk to him either. And I just never really had a death of someone like close to me. And then my dog passed away shortly after surgery, which is a funny thing. My dog died exactly a month after surgery. So I had my surgery, and a month after he passed away, um, which is kind of crazy to me because I remember grieving about it for a little bit. And I remember telling someone about it, and then they were like, "Do you believe in that?" She was like, "There's this theory that dogs or animals like choose when they die." And then she was like, "He wanted to protect you, and he wanted to like take care of you and like be there for you for your surgery, and then after, it was his time to go." Which is really strange, but I think I believe in that because it happened out of nowhere. But yeah, I don't know. That was the first time where I really grieved someone. And it was just strange. After that, I remember crying about it a lot. I don't know. It was just weird to like come back in my room because I had to bury him. And it was weird to come back in my room and like just see him or not see him. And I remember that night I had to go back to work after I buried him, and I came back in my room, and I wrote a poem about this too. I came back in my room and I was just like in my bed chilling on my phone. I was just sitting on my phone, and um out of nowhere I heard him like whine because he would like do this whine to like let me know that he was out here and he wanted me to let him in. And I heard that and I was like, no. Like no. I was like that's made up in my head. I'm listening to things like I'm hearing things. It's not real. So like whatever, I brushed it off and I kept being on my phone and then I heard it again. And then I was like, bro, what the fuck? I was like, nah, nah, nah. And I kept hearing it, and I heard the tapping of his paws, and I was like, bro, what? Like, I brushed it off for like 10 minutes, and finally, I caved in and I opened the door, and there was nothing there but cold air that came in, and obviously he wasn't there, and it was just odd. It was a really strange situation to go through. Um, Yeah, I still think about him every day. We had him for like over 10 years, so it was, and I was the most attached to him. My brothers weren't really attached to him like that. And my dad, me and my parents, we were really attached to him. He was more close to like me and my mom though. And it was just a strange thing to like I still have his picture right there on my like nightstand, and I haven't moved it since he passed away. And it's just strange. It's a weird thing to like go through. And ever since then, I started thinking about death even more and like the idea of people passing away and you just never see them again and that's it. They just leave and that's it. Like that's it. Like they're gone. Like 1 minute it could be 3:30 p.m., 3:32 p.m. they're gone. Like that. 2 minutes like and it's mortality is such a strange thing. And I think that that's something I've talked about a lot too in my poetry is the idea of immortality. And I think that only artists are immortal because they live beyond them, beyond their years. Like once an artist is gone, they're never really gone because their art is still left behind. And I believe that your art is a piece of you. You know what I mean? Like musicians and poets and painters, like all of these artists, they've never really died because they're still in these sort of capsules of whatever it is they do. They're in their music, they're in paintings, they're in movies, they're in these little things. They're still there. And in a way, they're immortal. Does that make sense? Like their bodies are gone, obviously, but there's a piece of them still here. And I think that's why I write poetry too. And in a way, I am very scared of just coming and going. I think that idea of like, which is maybe a little bit controversial, but I would hate to exist in this world and then just leave with nothing left behind. Like, I feel the need to leave something. Like, why be here if I'm not gonna leave something behind, something positive behind? Like, leave a footprint on the beach of the world, like of the beach of time. I want to have a footprint on it because I don't want to just come and go. Because that's such a scary thing to me is for me to exist in this lifetime and then I leave it with nothing. Like, what's the point? Like, I want to leave art. I want to leave poetry, writing, books. I want to leave behind something that inspires someone, something that maybe is the birth of another artist. It's like for me as an artist, I feel like if I don't leave anything behind, then what the fuck am I here for? And And that can go into like purpose and like feeling like there you don't have a purpose and everything like that. Like, because the idea of purpose has always been around, but we as humans, I feel like just naturally we have the idea of like, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? And I struggle with that every day. I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, I need to leave something behind. I need to, and I'm 22, and I I think it's kind of scary that I'm always thinking about this stuff and like feeling like frantic about it. Like, I have to come up with something, like do something, like, but I don't know. I that's just the way that I am. Um, and I'm like almost like frantically trying to create and trying to become someone because I'm like, if I'm gonna be here for a little bit, I want to leave something and I want to create sort of an impact on someone. The other day I was reading a poem by Edna St. Vincent, and she was writing, and it was a beautiful poem, by the way. You guys should check it out. I read several, but the one that stuck out to me was The Ballad of the Harp Weaver. It's so sad. I cried when I finished it. It's a pretty long poem, but it's really beautiful. And this was a poet from the 1920s, I believe, almost 100 years ago. And I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, this one, wait, 1,000 years. 19, 20, thousand, right? I don't know. You do the math. Um, I was reading it, and I was reading it on my laptop, and I was like, how strange that this woman was, whatever age she was writing with a pen, with a typewriter, whatever existed back in the day, and she was writing something. And what are the odds that how many years later this boy is in a coffee shop reading it on his laptop and crying about it? like like it's just so strange, the amount, and she has no idea who I am, and I know who she is, and I think that's so powerful when you leave something so impactful behind that someone years and years down the line can go back and read it and go back and be moved by it. um I think that's phenomenal, and it's like it's amazing, and it's like, and it's so crazy. And like, even if you don't believe in the Bible, that's what the Bible has done for a millennia, maybe even more. Like, the Bible has influenced and it's really shifted the world, and other books and everything like that, artists, authors, like these people have impacted people in their lifetime, but not only in their lifetime, but lifetimes ahead, which is insane. And it's like a crazy concept that sort of just blows my mind. And I'm like, I want to leave something behind to be able to inspire someone else and like make someone else cry and feel something. Because I think that's so interesting, and it's so bizarre. Like, I don't think I'll ever have kids, and if I don't have kids, that's fine, but I want my kid to be my legacy. Like, my legacy, that can be my kid. Like, to have something in this world that changes a life and that inspires someone. I don't know. That's just me. I was really moved by that poem. I think it's great. You guys should check it out. Um, but it's just an idea that I was trying to tell one of my friends about it. She was like, "Yeah, yeah," and she seemed so uninterested by it, and I felt so bad. I was like sitting here, I was like, "Oh, like this is so cool," and like she was like, "All right." And so I thought I would talk about it today, but maybe not everyone thinks like that, which I think it's better to not think like this because I think that there's like less stress in your mind about the world and like the ways it works and everything. But it's just, I don't know, especially as I grow older. I mean, I've always kind of thought like this, but especially as I get older, I feel like I need to do something, leave something. Yeah, leave something behind. All right, I think that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in if you tuned in. Um, I love doing this. This is so much fun for me. Besides I hope the mic worked this time because last time it did not, and it like freaked me out. It didn't freak me out. It was just fucking annoying that I lost like 30 minutes. But thank you for listening if you listened. and stay tuned for more episodes because this is fun and this is so much fun for me. I love just yapping. So, thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye.